Today we're going to talk about the Kevin Hart roast along with some other Kevin Hart things. And I feel like I've been talking about Kevin Hart lately a lot, but it's like he's on his last comedy hurrah, because obviously, he said that the next special is going to be his last special. So he too always probably wanted a roast. And I think Tom Brady had a roast last year. I didn't watch that either. Maybe Netflix is doing this thing, but every area they can have a roast. And maybe since Katt Williams was on this one, maybe he'll do a roast next year. Or who knows? Because I know he just came out and then left. It wasn't like he was sitting out there for everybody to roast him. Clearly he was like, okay, this for Kevin Hart. I come out to roast him, but everybody ain't going to be roasting me. And this is my own roast. I ain't letting people roast me for Kevin Hart roast. They shook hands and stuff and pieced it up. I'm sure they had a talk before that. I'm pretty sure Katt didn't just come and be there spur of the moment, but I do think he wanted to come tell his jokes and didn't hear it but run off. He was running off and Kevin was like, stop. And then they pieced it up, whatever. Whether it's real or not, who knows, child? We'll see. We ever see them do a project together, then we'd be like, okay. If they actually work together, like on a movie or something, then you'd be like, okay, the beef, not necessarily over, but at least really pieced up for real. Inviting somebody to roast somebody that they didn't never like isn't really an olive branch. That's not really peace. Like, I'm get to roast you? Yeah, sure, I'm gonna show up. Yeah. Like, what? But because he always be like, him and Kevin, they'll be in the same room or whatever. I don't know. But so they pieced it up. I think that was good. It looked good, at least, at the very least. Because, Katt Williams went on Shannon Sharp. This ain't about this. This is about the roast. But, I mean, I want to talk about something very specific about the roast. But Katt, went on Shannon Sharp and said what he said. He barely said something about Kevin. Mostly, I feel like he said stuff about other comedians more. But he had been talking about Kevin before. So that's just something that is to be seen, to be determined, to be announced if they actually piece it up. If they actually do a project together and have to work together closely, then we'll be like, okay. Because just coming out and roast him ain't nothing. But like being on set together or something like that for a long period of time and having to work together and read together, that's actually pieced up for real. So that's that on that. The Katt Williams and Kevin Hart piece both started crazy. Okay, so the main controversy with this whole thing has been that Tony. I don't know him. I'm not really super familiar with a lot of white comedians. Like, I don't really tend to like white comedians. Like, growing up, I used to like Gary Owen, but they always be like he was in black spaces. I don't really like him as much now as far as stand-up. He's cool, but as far as his actual stand-up, I don't tend to like, because I feel like he's been doing the same trope he's been doing since the 90s, and I feel like he hasn't evolved, and I'm kind of getting tired of it. It's kind of like getting on my nerves. So that's that with that. And then Matt Rife, I've liked his actual stand-up specials, but the last couple, it's just been crowd work specials. He haven't put out an actual special in a while, and the crowd work specials haven't been good. Since he had that controversy, he's only been putting out crowd work specials. So I'm like, he's scared to put out a stand-up special or what? So that's that with him. And then growing up, I never watched George Carlin. The only white comedian growing up that I watched was Derek, because he was in, Comic View in the black spaces. So I saw him growing up. But George Carlin, I've seen clips of him. I haven't seen the whole special, but I've seen clips of him. I thought they were funny. Now every other comedian that I either seen a full stand-up special of or clips of, I haven't liked them. So it's not that I haven't seen them, I just haven't liked them, and I ain't no need to name them. It's just I've seen white comedian stand-ups, haven't liked one yet besides the people I named, and I've seen clips and I haven't liked them yet besides the people I named. So that's kind of just what it is on that. So when Kevin Hart did the roast, when he first announced it, obviously he didn't say who was on it, because I don't know if he knew, or maybe he did. Maybe there's someone that announced it yet. So I was like, okay, I'll watch it if it's mainly black people with maybe only one or two white comedians, because I don't really like how white comedians do comedy, and I for sure don't like how white comedians roast. So it's just different. The feel of it is different. The cadence is different. I just don't like it. I don't just tend white comedians is just not my jam. It's not my jazz. If it's your jazz, that's cool. Like I said, I've tried it, but I liked it. So it is what it is. So I'm like, if it's a roast and it's certain comedians on there and people, I'm probably not going to watch it. So I was like, I just see the clip chat of people I want to watch or whatever, the stuff that gets circulated. Like if I was doing it, I would have did all black people still probably Gary Owen and Chelsea Handler. One or two. Then man and woman. That's all I would have did if it was me personally. I mean, it's Kevin Hart. He's more commercial, so obviously he's gonna have a mixture in there. It just is. But it's also on Netflix. I feel like if Katt Williams did a rose, which I don't know if he would or not. I don't know if that's his personality or not. But I feel like his people look different. I feel like he would curate his people to look different. I don't know. I'm just talking. I don't know. Maybe not. These are only just opinions. There ain't none of this fact. I've been sitting with this for a minute, thinking about what I feel about it. So everybody been talking about this Tony joke, and I don't know Tony. I don't know who he is. Like I said, I don't really follow by comedians like that, and the ones I have seen I didn't like. So I don't know him. So I don't know his background. What I know, Chelsea had made some jokes about him being a white supremacist and stuff like that, and even I think Pete Davidson made a joke too about him, which is so funny because he made the most offensive joke to black people, or that has been getting the most outrage, and the two white comedians up there, or two of the white comedians up there, is the people that went against him, and also is it the Gillis guy? I think the Gillis guy. And what was that dude dressed like Eddie Murphy? Like, is he? There's a racist in it. Said, what did you know? No, I don't know if it's race, aren't the flare. But I'm like, why are you dressed like Eddie Murphy? I don't know that comedian either. But I feel like I've seen him on stuff, but I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know his name. But the Gillis guy, I think that's the Shane Gillis guy. I guess maybe he made a joke too. I just know that Chelsea went out to both of them, and how pretty much that racist, like, oh, y'all get the make fun of a black guy and all this stuff. Because, Chelsea always on say she's always on like our side of the things for the most part. Because, she always gonna say the same. She don't care nothing about it, child. But when I heard what the joke was, I was like, I was like, and I like dark humor. I love dark humor. I laugh at almost anything if it's funny. Right? It's really bad. It's very inappropriate. But when I heard the joke, I didn't think that's funny. I do hate when people like, it's not that it's offensive. It's just not funny. But everybody humor is different, so it's you can't really say that statement really doesn't make sense in the grand scheme of things, because if it wasn't funny to you, it doesn't mean it wasn't funny to somebody. So if it was funny to somebody, then it doesn't apply. So when I heard the joke or read the joke, whatever, I was like, okay. He looked so freaking red and orange up there. I don't know if he tried to get a tan. I don't know. He was trying to be funny. He looked orange and red. I don't know if he was nervous being around a whole bunch of black people. I don't know, chat. I don't know, but that was just stories to me. Well, like I said, I don't know him, but I know that Chelsea had made jokes. So clearly is something in the air about him being racist prior to this. Or not even racist, just questionable, right? So he made the joke, and I was like, okay. I heard the joke. I'm like, why did he make that? I wasn't getting why he made the joke. Like, I get you rose and everybody rose, but what was the point of that specifically to do with this? I wasn't really I wasn't understanding the correlation between why he was mentioning the rose. And then I know people, I'm getting to the main part, but I'm just, I got so many thoughts. I want to get them out. I know people were saying Pete Davis had made the joke about Charlie Kirk, and it was to insult Tony. The reason why he made it was to insult Tony, and he just killed two birds with one stone, right? There could be a joke in there, and I get offensive. I don't know. Offended. Okay. He killed two birds with one stone with that. It was actually creative. I don't know if it was funny or not, but I do think it was creative or whatever. But it's also a white guy making a joke about two white guys. So that's why no one is talking about it. Like, I don't know why people don't understand that point. It's pretty common sense. No one's really talking about it. Now, some people that were Charlie Kirk fans or whatever, I didn't know Charlie Kirk when he was alive, so I don't know. I didn't follow him. I didn't know he existed. But if somebody, okay, saying it was Tom Brady rose, and one of the black comedians made a joke about Charlie Kirk, I think white people would have got offended, or a certain type of white people would have got offended about the joke and all this other stuff, because we have seen it happen many times before. It's like, I can do it to you, but you can't do it to me. We have seen that many times before. It just is what it is. So I think of course, they're getting a little bit of it, but people keep saying, see, I like this and it. It was a Charlie Kirk joke, but also a white person made the joke. I don't think a black person would have made the George Floyd joke, not in that space and, not in this year, have common sense. But I feel like, I'm not saying they never made the joke before. Yeah, when he first died, jokes were made, right? I'm sure. Or even maybe a year after. But like, I feel like too, why it's strange is because, one, making a Charlie Kirk joke makes sense because it was more recent. I don't even think a year has passed yet. And if it have, it's been close to a year. I don't even think a year has passed. So that's why the jokes are rolling in about him. Even they got mad at Drewski about the Charlie Kirk wife, whatever. And he didn't even mention her name necessarily, but people are assuming it was about her. And probably was about her and a couple other women, right? But people got so mad at him. That was clearly a skit joke, but they don't understand. Black people get mad at George Floyd joke, especially at this time. It's like it's been years since the George Floyd thing has happened, and the fact that was on the forefront of his mind. I get why Charlie Kirk would be on the forefront of his mind because it's more recent. But why is George Floyd at the front of your mind? It's like when white people know that after roast a black person, they be like, okay, what they jot down? I feel like they jot down George Floyd lynching and whatever, right? It's like key thing they keep right down, like, let me write a joke about this, a lowbrow joke about this, right? So that's one. It's like, it's not recent, so you pull that out your behind to say it. One. Two, he also was like, before he said George Floyd, he was like, I need to get the actual joke. Hold on. What was the actual joke? Because there was something before that he said it. He said, the black community is so proud of you. And then went on to talk about George Floyd. It's like they are relating George Floyd to the black community. It's like when they want to hit you below the belt, they for some reason want to bring up George Floyd or something. It's very strange to me. And the fact that he related that to, he just would have said George Floyd. It went on after that, but the fact that he put the black community is so proud of you was strange to me. That part of it was strange. It's like, why? They acting like, I don't know. It's just so strange. White people, every time they want to make a joke, they reach in the back of George Floyd. It's like, that's how you know they're still very mad or something. Like, they was hateful when everybody was protesting then. Like, what is y'all fascination with George Floyd? Is it kind of weird to me? Like, y'all was really mad. But two, I think what people, one is the time frame in which it happened. Like I said, it's not current. I mean, it's forever in the history books, but it's not current. Charlie Kirk is current, right? It looked like they reached back and pulled something. And I know people say they was making 9/11 jokes. I don't know if it's Pete Davis. I think his father died in 9/11. I don't know if he the one made the joke or not. Like I said, I don't watch the joke, but I heard keep hearing people say it. There were 9/11 jokes and this and this and this and whatever. But I think a lot of times black people, my communities make a joke that feels racist or that is racist, whatever you want to say. Especially a comedian, they can always talk about, they were just joking. But what if these people are actually racist? I'm not saying they are, and I don't know. But I'm saying, would it be different if something came out from back in the day or even a few years ago, if these people being racist and talking down about black people, not as a joke, just actually talking with their friends or something about black people, would you feel different about the joke opinion? I think that's really what it is, because we don't really be knowing these people, and we don't know if they're actually racist or not. It'll be different. Like that's why I let Gary always been joke, because I don't think nobody actually thinks he's racist, right? And not because he married a black woman, because you can marry a black woman and still be racist. And not because you have black kids, people get racist, be racist if you have black kids. I just think we have seen enough of him and what he has said and all this to not think he's racist. Now, he has had his controversy too about people, with people, just because people don't get mad at it. People are going to get mad. There's always going to be somebody mad at something, right? So obviously most people might have controversy. This country and the system was built on racism. So it's like, we are always on defense. Like white people, it's easy for them to joke about anything because they're never on the defense. So it's like when you're always on the defense, because we have every right to be on the defense because of what has happened, it's like we always have to have our guard up. They can laugh at anything because they don't have to have their guard up. They don't, but I'm saying that's what they like to say. Oh, well, last year Charlie Kirk. Y'all thought Charlie Kirk was funny. It's just a joke. They love to say just a joke when it's not towards them, but also they like to get mad at us when we're defensive because, oh, it's just you can't take a joke, but it's something behind it. It's rooted in something. And they like, we just can't. Oh, we don't want to laugh. No, because we don't really know if you're racist or not. You can just be doing this joke because you know you can hide under the guise of being a joke, but it's really how you feel. Like I said, there's no way to really know. So you they just want you to shake it on the chin. There's no way to really know if this guy's racist or whoever makes a racist joke is racist, Sean Gillis or whatever. There's no way. I feel like there was some controversy with him because I don't really know him like this. I don't know. I know it was something I feel like with him that I don't really know. I don't know if it was something racist. I don't know, but maybe it was something racist, but not with black people. Maybe it was Asian people. I don't really know. So don't quote me. I know it was something that he had some type of controversy and he came back from it. I just don't specifically know what it is. And like I said, I don't know this Tony guy, so I don't know what his history is, but the jokes Chelsea and stuff was making, I'm just assuming that maybe he was a Charlie Kirk supporter and, white supremacist and all this other stuff. I don't know. He was there, so maybe he not. Maybe maybe not. But I think that, and I wonder why Gary wasn't there. Is it because Kevin didn't go to his wedding? He like, well, I ain't going to your roast. I wonder, maybe he had other obligations, because it's kind of weird because I'm going to get back to it. I be rambling. Gary, that could have hit me his way in with Netflix. Maybe he mad at Netflix because they don't never want to, air his special. So maybe that's why he didn't want to go. Maybe it was I'm pretty sure he had talked about it why he wasn't there. Maybe he already talked about it. I don't know. I haven't been watching his podcast lately, so I don't know. But I'm sure he had talked about it if he haven't already. Why he wasn't there? I'm sure. I'm joking, but I'm pretty sure it was like just he already had a show or something. I don't think he purposely didn't go. Or Netflix was like, oh no, he can't go to the roast. I'm sure he could have went to the roast. And would have wanted to go to the roast, right? I was just joking about the wedding thing because Kevin didn't go to his wedding or whatever. But because I saw that clip. I didn't watch the podcast, but I saw the clip. We can talk about his wedding. So the Tony thing, black people be on the defense because we don't really know if the person was racist, because it could be somebody that's actually racist and just tied behind a joke. I wonder what people think is right then. Like I said, something came out of him actually being racist for real, down talking about people and talking about them like a dog. Would the joke be okay then? Or would it be like, no, it's not okay because it's rooted in something actual racism for real? For real. Like I say, there's no way to know unless something came out then let you know that somebody is racist. You don't really know because they could always have a hiding effect of something else. Oh, I voted this way because I wanted something different or whatever reasons that they be making. There's always something other than something rooted in hate, right? So it's like, this is like a perfect avenue. If I was racist, this is me one of them perfect avenues. It's like, oh, if you racist, be a cop, be a judge, because you can actually hurt black people for real. Not these are just words, whatever. Technically, I don't know. Can it just be words? I don't know. But unless you actually doing something behind the scenes, right? Like I said, I know black people get mad because we don't really know if the person's racist. We don't really know the intention. So when you hear it, you automatically get offended because we so systematically, we have been getting beat and dragged and figuratively and literally beat and dragged, all this other stuff from white people, especially a certain type of white person. So when you hear a joke, you already on the defense because it's like what we have been through already and are going through still. So it's like, that's the people, it's just a joke, just a joke. Yeah, it's easy for you to say it's just a joke. Then I do think jokes, I think you should be able to joke about anything, but this particularly, I feel like, one, why he did. I think why he did is also important. Why, like I said, I get why Pete did the Charlie Kirk joke. That makes sense to me. But why he mentioned George Floyd joke and the fact that he think, ooh, I want to talk about that. I'm about to talk about that person. What, George Floyd? Like, why is that y'all go to? It's very strange to me. That's just strange to me. Like I said, it's rooted in something under that. Yeah, if it was just a joke at the surface, cool. I feel like he needs to maybe sit with himself if he care and ask himself why that he made that joke. Like, why? Like, really sit with yourself. Why did I pick George Floyd? Why? Like, why? Why did it now? Why didn't pick something else? Like, it's because this is right to say which one to say without that. It's like, oh, he's black. I want to fit into our community. Joyful. You know what I'm saying? Oh, one more thing about the Kevin Hart roast. This really gets under my skin. And Kevin be doing that fake laugh. It drives. I hate it so much. It's so performative. I hate that fake laugh he ain't doing. It's so fake. I hate it. It's like, I get it in it. Obviously, that being that has helped him get to where he, well, I'm not saying, obviously he's super talented, so that helped too. But him being able to, is what Cat Weaves always say, unfortunately. But him being able to, I don't want to say code switch, but him being able to perform but him being able to switch to something or even stay in that mode is really talented. Like, people who are can code switch and act a certain way to make white people feel like, oh, wow, he's so funny and so, yay, we can tolerate him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like I said, nothing is Kevin Hart, because if you can, like, you have an ability to code switch depending on what brewery you're in, it can be a challenge. I'm not going to, like, it can get you where you want to get. And like I said, I just hate that fake laugh. It really sends me for a while. And the fact that he can do it, like, is a talent in itself, that he can fake laugh like that and be performative like that. It's actually a talent. Like, I can't do it. So it's really a talent to be able to be laugh and fake laugh. Like, even if you have a job and you don't really like the people you're working with, and then people be able to just be laughing to laugh. Like, if your boss tell a joke, people be laughing to laugh. It's like, I cannot do that. And people that do it, I think it is a talent. I just cannot do it. So it sounds like I'm insulting him, and people go be like, yeah, you are, but I'm also not. I feel like it's kind of, I'm going to say it's a strong opinion that can be proved. That's all I want to say. It's a strong opinion that can be proved. I feel like he knows he does it too. Like, he plays the part he's supposed to play. Like, he laughs, whether it's funny or not, and he does that fake laugh. It can be nervous too. Some people nervous laugh, so it could be that too, whatever. But he constantly, I'm not even just talking about this moment, he constantly does it. Even if people aren't by people, whoever, he constantly does this fake thing and laugh. He put his hand up in his mouth, and like, it's just so annoying. It's like, really, it's really a pet peeve. I really like Kevin Hart, but that's one thing about him. I'm like, drives me a bar. I hate when he does it. I'm like, oh, and you can tell when he's doing it too. I freaking hate it.